this class. In this video, let us discuss about this alizarin, right? In last class, we discussed about the structure elucidation of alizarin. So what we got? We got the structure, right? So we got the structure. I hope you remember the structure, right? So before going further, let us see few more things of this alizarin, right? So I have told what is this? Alizarin is a mordant dye. So mordant dye, right? So what is this mordant dye? See here. What happens? Now onwards, I will write A. A stands for alizarin. Just you remember like that, right? So here, what I have? See here, I have this fabric. So this is my fabric. To this directly, if I add this alizarin, so fabric gets colored, right? Right. But it is not resistant, to any water nor soap or light, right? So what we do? We will have this fabric. To this I will add mordant, because this fabric has more affinity to this mordant, right? So fabric has more affinity to mordant, so it holds nicely. See here. So what I will get? So this is my fabric, right? So this is my fabric. To this mordant attached very firmly, right? Because it has got more affinity to this mordant, right? Further, what I will do, I will add this alizarin. These are alizarin molecule, let us assume. So this alizarin has more affinity to this mordant. So this mordant holds strongly this alizarin, because of which finally we get this fabric colored, right? This is the process, right? So the process of this mordant dyeing is called mordant dyeing method, right? So these things we have studied, right? So I hope you got it, right? So this is how this process happens, right? So you may ask, here I will tell some few more things. See here, this alizarin is there, right? So come to its structure. So this alizarin is having H here. These protons are acidic. Why these are acidic? If you remove this H, oxygen gets negative charge. That will be stabilized by resonance, right? This structure you can write, right? Other things you know how it will stabilize everything. See here, if I remove H, O minus comes. So here we have like this. So like this resonance, because of this resonance, it can stabilize that negative charge. So these have got acidic protons, right? So we call this alizarin is a acidic dye. It has got so many names. Here we can call it as mordant dye, or we can call it as acidic dye. So acidic means if you remove H plus, uh, negative charge is generated, right? So it is also called as anionic dye, right? Right. So many names are there, right? So if you know the thing, it is understood, right? So modern dye, that is the main thing. Acidic dye, that we can tell if it has got acidic proton, it will be acidic dye, and it is also called as anionic dye, because if you remove H plus, we will get negative charge, right? So this is all the basic thing of this alizarin. I hope I have covered everything, right? Let us see some synthesis method, how we synthesize this alizarin, right? So synthesis, let us discuss that. So we synthesize this alizarin from anthraquinone, right? So what is this anthraquinone? Let me draw here. So this is the structure of anthraquinone. These things you should remember. Here also benzene ring, here also benzene ring, here double bond O, double bond O. This is the anthraquinone. Let me write anthraquinone. To this, what I will do, just I will add fuming H2SO4. Fuming H2SO4 means concentrated H2SO4 at 140 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, if I add, I'll get this product. See here. Same thing. Other things remain same only, but only at this position SO3H, sulfonic acid group, will come. So benzene ring here, double bond O and double bond O. So name will be same, anthraquinone 2 sulfonic acid, right? Let me write. So it will be anthraquinone 2 sulfonic acid, right? This we got. Further what I'll do, I'll add just a base, NaOH. So base means NaOH means it will give OH minus. So this has ability to take this proton. So I'll get sodium salt of anthraquinolic 2-sulfonic acid, right? Anthraquinone 2-sulfonic acid, right? So this thing you can draw now. So it should be familiar for you, right? What I'll do, I'll take these things, right? So here also benzene ring, here also benzene ring, here SO3 Na, sodium salt. Other things remains as it is, double bond O, double bond O, right? So this is sodium salt. To this what we do, just we add again excess of NaOH, KClO3 we add, right? We fuse and we heat it for around 200 degrees Celsius with some pressure. If we do that, we will get this alizarin, right? So we will get this alizarin. So alizarin structure you should be now familiar. Here also benzene ring, here also benzene ring, here OH and here OH. So this is our, right? So this is how we synthesize. And you may ask me, right? So we started with this anthraquinone, right? So this is anthraquinone. You may ask, sir, how did we get this anthraquinone? So this anthraquinone, it can be easily synthesized using this. See here. Can you name it? What is this? So it will be like this: double bond, double bond, double bond, double bond, double bond, double bond. So it is simply nothing but anthracene, right? So this anthracene, to this, if I add a strong oxidizing agent, Na2Cr it is. Let me write here nicely. Na2Cr2O7 in acidic condition H2SO4. If I oxidize, I'll get this anthraquinone. So from anthracene we get anthraquinone. From that, with few steps, I will get this alizarin, right? So about alizarin, I told everything, right? Here also I have told it is a modern diacidic dye or anionic dye, right? So few things I forgot to tell. Let me tell it here. See here. So few more story of anthracene. So what is there? So this anthracene is a what? Acidic dye, right? So this is my anthracene. So while explaining about modern dye, there also I have explained. So if I remove that, O negative will be there, here also O negative, right? Other things as it is, benzene ring here and here double bond O, right? Let me put one OH here, like this. Only one proton I will remove, right? So this is my alizarin, right? So this alizarin is acidic, because of which it will combine with basic metals, right? So this like Al3 plus, Cr3 plus, Fe2 plus, Fe3 plus, and also I have told with different mordant, means different metal ions, it will give different color. This all thing I have explained in first class only, but now it's mandatory to explain here also, right? So this thing you know, right? So this is the thing I have forgotten, right? So if I have this aluminum here, see here, Al3 plus. So this oxygen combines with this aluminum forming a covalent bond, right? And here see, this ketone group is there, right? It will form a bond with this aluminum by coordinate or dative bond. Dative bond, right? Coordinate chemistry you have studied. There will come this dative bond or coordinate bond, right? So this I have told, this dye, that is alizarin, will have more affinity to this mordant because of these bonds only. One is this covalent bond, other one is this dative bond, because of which it will be having more affinity. Further what happens, see here, I have here cotton. So cotton will be having OH, right? So let me write O negative here, O negative, and these will combine to this aluminum with this bond, covalent bond, right? So I used to tell always, this fabric is has more affinity to this mordant, right? Because of this bond only, right? So we get this complex like this. right? Because of this structure, the fabric gets colored, and that will be very strong, and it is resistant to soap, water, anything, right? Any action, it will be resistant. I hope you got it, right? Should I draw it again? So see here, so it should be familiar now. So alizarin, if I ask, you should draw directly like this. Here benzene double bond O, here O negative you make, here OH you keep. Here let me take one mordant, that is aluminum Al3 plus. So I'll bond like this. This is dative bond, this is covalent bond. From this one more covalent, one more covalent, right? So here what I'll do, I'll take oxygen which is attached to this cotton, which is my fabric. Because of this, so this is cotton, this is my dye alizarin, so this is my mordant. Because of this complex, so this cotton gets colored, and it is resistant to soap, water, light, right? So it can easily hold. And also these things you need to remember, with the different metals, that is with the different mordants, I will get different color, right? So these things I have explained, right? So this is the story which I left it, right? So this is the method where I synthesized this anthraquinone. Sorry, I synthesized this alizarin using anthraquinone, and this anthraquinone we synthesized from anthracene, right? So one more method, we synthesize this alizarin from phthalic anhydride, right? So this thing also you know. So what is this? Let me draw here. This you know. What is this? This is phthalic acid, right? So this is phthalic acid. So phthalic acid, if I heat it, water molecule will be lost, and I will get phthalic anhydride. So this is my phthalic anhydride, right? So further what I will do, to this I will add catechol. Catechol means the phenol OH will be adjacent to each other, ortho position 1 2. So this is called as catechol. If the phenolic OH are like this, if they are like this, then it is called resacinol, right? These things we have studied, right? But here we won't use this resacinol, we use this catechol. So when this catechol reacts with this anhydride, right, at we use this H2SO4, and we just heat it. Heat symbol is like this, right? So around 180 degree we heat it, so we get this alizarin. Now you should be familiar with this structure, alizarin. So benzene ring double bond O, OH here and OH here. So this is my alizarin. So this is second method to synthesize alizarin. It is simple, no? From this phthalic anhydride. So if I start with this phthalic anhydride, to this if I add catechol in presence of H2SO4, I will heat at 180 degrees Celsius, and I will get this alizarin, right? So this is also a easy method. You may ask how we got this phthalic anhydride. So this phthalic anhydride I got from this phthalic acid, right? So before going further, let us see some physical properties. Physical properties of alizarin, right? So these are simple. First one, it melts at 290 degree Celsius. These are simple, just you remember. So it sublimes on heating, right? Directly it converts from solid, it directly converts to gas, right? It sublimes on heating. So it forms with a different mordant, different color. Different mordant will get different color, which I have explained, right? Because it will form that coordinate bond which I have shown you, right? Everything I have told. And one more thing, this we again discuss in the chemical reactivity of this alizarin. So I have this alizarin, right? So alizarin, when I add this like any alkali like NaOH or KOH, right, alkali, it will form a purple colored solution, This we again study in this chemical properties or chemical reactions of alizarin there also. This thing you remember. There I will tell it, right? So, and the last one is, it is insoluble in water. It is insoluble in water because water is a polar. Water is polar, whereas this alizarin is what? Non-polar, because it is organic compound, right? Polar and non-polar, if you react, these are insoluble, right? So it is insoluble like that. So last property, physical properties these are, and it is sparingly soluble in ethanol, right? Because ethanol will be, it is polar, but along with that some carbon are there, right? Non-polar compounds, so it will be sparingly soluble. Sparingly means very littlely soluble, right? So these were the some physical properties. So next let us discuss about its chemical properties. I have told we can call this as chemical properties or chemical reactions also, right? It is left to you, right? So we always start with alizarin only when we because we are studying the chemical properties of alizarin, so we need to start with alizarin only. So benzene ring, double bond O, OH here, OH here, right? So this is the structure of alizarin. What I will do, this is reduction I will do. How I will reduce? I will use zinc in ammonia, right? If I reduce it, I'll get this product. See here, right? Just you see here. This is benzene ring, right? Here it is reduced like this. Here OH and here OH, right? It is clear, I think. So it will give rise to anthrarobin. This is nothing but my anthrarobin. So this anthrarobin has got medicinal properties, right? It is used as medicine for treatment of curing skin diseases, right? So this anthrarobin is used as medicine for curing skin diseases, right? So this is the first chemical properties of alizarin, that is reduction, right? I hope it is clear for you, right? So next property, only few properties, that is oxidation. Let us discuss. So again, oxidation means I have to start with this alizarin only because these are the chemical properties of alizarin. So you should be thorough with the structure of this alizarin. So it will be like this: benzene ring here, OH here, OH here. So simply I will do oxidation. I will use mild oxidizing agent, MnO2 in H2SO4. Right? You just note it down. This is very important. It is mild oxidizing agent because we have got both mild oxidizing as well as strong oxidizing agent. Like K2Cr2O7 is there, MnO4 is there, right? These are very strong oxidizing agent. So when I have this mild oxidizing agent, I'll get this product. See here. So I'll get this thing, double bond O. Here OH, here OH. See here. Here I'll get OH. Other things remains as it is only. So here H is there. Now H is converted to OH. So one oxygen is added. So this is nothing but oxidation, right? So mild oxidizing agent. For this, if I would use a vigorous condition like heating condition, and if I use this KMNO for strong oxidizing agent, right? So this is vigorous condition. Vigorous condition, when I use strong oxidizing agent, this is strong oxidizing agent, then what happens, right? See here, simply with the red marker only I'm showing here. See, this bond will break like this, right? So what product I will get? Can you write it? I hope you will imagine it. So it will be like this: COOH, COOH, right? So like this the bond broke, right? So we'll get this phthalic acid, right? So what we will get? We'll get phthalic acid in vigorous condition. Strong oxidizing agent in vigorous condition. If you do oxidation, we get this phthalic acid, right? I hope it is clear. This we have studied in structure elucidation also. And the last property I have told this also, this thing, action of alkali. So it will give purple color solution, I have told, right? Action of alkali, right? Let us see that how it will give purple color. So this is my alizarin, double bond O, benzene ring here, OH here, and OH here, and this is also benzene ring. So to this, if I add this alkali NaOH, so what I'll get? I'll get sodium salt, because these protons are acidic. It will remove that. So I'll get the structure, see here, O minus sodium salt, Na plus, right? So benzene ring, double bond O, right? So this is nothing but sodium alizarate. Because of this alizarate, the solution will be purple color. And one more thing, so here vigorous condition I got phthalic acid, at mild oxidizing agent I got this. So this also act as dye. So its name is purpurine, right? So with mild oxidizing agent it will form a dye, and the name of this is purpurine, right? So what are the things we have learnt? So uses of alizarin uses. So alizarin uses, first one, we learnt as it is a mordant dye, right? With the different metals we'll get different color, like that we have studied. And we have synthesized one dye, right? So that can be used as a printing ink. We synthesize using this alizarin only. We manufacture this printing ink using alizarin, right? And also we have studied one medicinal property, anthrarubin, right? So we prepare anthrarubin using this alizarin, right? So anthrarubin, which helps in curing skin diseases, that thing we have studied, right? So these were the uses of alizarin, synthesis of alizarin, chemical properties of alizarin, and we have studied the physical properties. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you understood the whole chapter. So with this, I'll end this chapter, right? If you liked this chapter and my way of teaching, please share it with all your friends, right? And ask them to share with those friends. And also please subscribe it, right? Thank you.